John, N4GKS, Casey's the one that sent me that recording. I don't know where he got it, how he got it. I don't know anything about it.
Really? Now, I don't know if you've been listening over there recently, but he's basically broadcasting now.
Some Hispanic-speaking, almost like CB radio, because they were, you know, it's the way they were talking and everything just reminded me of CB radio.
Yeah, I'm going to listen in a little bit more tonight. See how it's progressing.
Yeah, he's not even IDing or anything, so he's breaking all kinds of rules, but I guess he doesn't care.
I had one confrontation with him. He don't care. Yeah, I remember that. That was a week or two ago. I think John had a confrontation with him the first day he started all that stuff.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I apologized and everything because, you know, he just, you know, he was like, you know, leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And so, and I thought, well, maybe it'll be all right. And then he started all this other mess.
Well, after I read his webpage, I knew he was going to be a problem.
Ditto.
Never did figure out his call sign.
Kilo Mike 4, Oscar Victor Zulu, or KO4. I think it's Kilo Mike 4, though.
I think it's KM4.
Kilo Mike 4, that's what I said. KM4, Oscar Victor Zulu.
Okay, I got it pulled up here.
Right, go to his QRZ page, and then on that page, he's got a link to his tech team page. Check that out, and then read that blog. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the interesting, juicy stuff is.
Surprised he didn't say something like, "Oh, you don't need a call sign. Just get on there and transmit."
He's got some serious screws loose, without a doubt.
He's an extra. That's what's crazy. He's a young extra, and okay.
You know, most terrorists are well.
Yet they're stupid on common sense.
He dabbled with Chuck.
I said most terrorists are well educated too.
Right.
Come to the United States, get in a United States college, and then do damage to them.
I've been flipping over there listening to our boy over there on 1.8. The other repeater is a whole lot stronger than what he's got. His mega repeater is kind of a mega joke.
I haven't listened to that. I heard the talk about it the other morning.
Well, he's broadcasting now. He's got people over there speaking in Spanish and all kinds of crap, just keeping it keyed up all the time.
Huh. That's interesting.
He's not identifying or anything. He's decided to go to total illegal mode, I guess.
I'm going to flip around. I'll go listen to that. I'll be right back. W1AZZ.
All right.
Well, I guess I don't have that one programmed into my rig here. What's the frequency he's got?
147 and 1.8.
Right, be right back. Well, that sure was an experience.
Yeah, you see what I mean about broadcasting?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Is it just, maybe it's like tied into a, call it, Echo Link node or something down in Mexico? I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That's something.
Yeah. Yeah. That boy's a nut job. That's obviously what the problem is.
What's the latest on the 180?
Last time I clicked on it, it was still some Hispanic CB station, it sounded like. Did email the old boy from Nara. Hadn't heard back from him yet. I hadn't checked my email this morning, though.
I think he's pretty active in his recruiting. think it's going full tilt.
It was quiet this morning when I checked it out. Looks like it's being used locally now.
Well, that's because all the kids are still asleep because they ain't got jobs.
It's my understanding that the local folks that had the 180 before have got it back on the air, and that the other guy doesn't have his up yet. But I may be wrong on that.
I think you are correct. I know the original repeater is back online and doing well.
Yeah, as I understand it, they took it down, did maintenance, brought it up on low power, and just kind of let it burn in, make sure everything was working right. Just recently turned it back up to full power. I think our friend went ahead and put his up with a different PL tone, and that's what we kept hearing yesterday.
He'll use that term friend very loosely.
Well, I emphasized it to, put the air quotes around it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back at it whenever he wakes up.
The more I dug around and looked, the more I saw big, ugly fines from the FCC for willful and knowingly causing interference to a registered repeater.
And he probably hasn't read Part 97. There's a lot of stuff in there.
He's read it, he just has loose interpretations.
He probably went to his daddy and said, "Hey, Daddy, how much money we got in the bank? I just need to know because, in case I get in trouble."
Well, from what I was looking at last night, we're from 10 to 18,000 on fines. A few of those included loss of privilege.
And forfeiture of equipment.
Well, I think it was maybe last year in the ARL, they had a list of people who had been caught and fined for causing problems on the amateur band, and in fact, one of them was in Florida. I think it was around the Tampa area.
That's a shocker. Florida, huh?
Yeah, imagine that.
I remember a guy in California getting pretty heavily fined.
That's something I think they should do at the end of the year each year, publish everybody that's got busted so they can see that they're actually doing something with them. Maybe that might set off a little bit of common sense in some of them. Maybe.
He's added a Morse code ID to his repeater now.
Well, the original repeater's got I think it's got an ID on it, Morse code ID.
Yeah, I just heard them both pretty close together. Of course, his was real staticky and lower on the strength signal scale.
Okay. I had not heard his yet, so he's definitely moving forward with his plan.
Well, what's his motivation?
You have to read his website, see if you can find it.
Don't do it, your head will hurt for days.
Take your pick. He wants free speech, no rules, wants to bring CB back to amateur radio. That's pretty much the three highlights.
Thomas, he's literally the definition of the causing chaos, panic kind of thing.
Oh, and unlimited power.
You should run as much power as you want to. Shouldn't be a problem.
I don't remember reading that line when I took my tech or general. I hadn't took the extra yet. Maybe it's in the extra area. It puts that line in there.
No, I don't remember it in the extra.
It's been several years ago since I took the extra, so I don't really remember.
He's over in the Madison area and he starts interfering with the flight tower. That can get him into much bigger trouble. Right, Roger?
Yeah. That will speed things up very, very quickly.
Be like that guy that started interfering with the, what do you call the planes, drop the water and stuff on fires out west. Guy interfered with them trying to make one of those drops out there. Swooped in on him rapidly.
Good morning, Mike.
What's the latest on the 600-watt repeater issues?
He seems to be slowly progressing in his development phases. They said he's got a Morse code ID on the repeater now, and seems to be seeing more traffic. Most of it's at night, though.
Is the repeater pushing that many watts right now?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think he's even got an antenna up at a good elevation yet. He's just kind of in a testing phase right now, I believe. That's just my opinion. I got to get out and pump some gas. W4LAC.
All right, we'll holler at you after a while.
Get a response to that email you sent off yesterday evening, Thomas?
Well, I got a response to the initial one, stating that 14718 is properly registered to the parties who had it before. It had it down for maintenance and had it up on low power doing a burn-in for the last month or so. They turned it back up, so it is up and running. However, I believe the other individual also fired his up and set it to Mexican radio or something. What was going on with it yesterday?
He's got a, you've heard of the voice over IP, like cell phone app called Zello. Got that piped into it. Been doing some digging. I think I've got a location on the transmitter.
Well, the gentleman I spoke to at NARA is aware that he has brought it up and linked it to something. It might get interesting before it's over with. I'm just sitting back and popping popcorn and waiting to see what happens.
Oh yeah, it ought to be interesting, that's for sure. Ought to be real interesting. Yeah, I ain't got nothing better to do up here at the quarry. I'm sitting up here on top of the mountain with HT, so I'm scanning. It stops on that one from time to time, and I just laugh at the stupidity, I guess.
Well, I would laugh at the arrogance and ignorance, but now at this point you're causing interference, and from what I've looked up on FCC, they really don't appreciate people doing that. Fines I saw over the last 5 years, 5 or 7 years, ranged anywhere from $10,000 to $18,000 plus forfeiture of equipment privileges.
Oh yeah. If they, if they do pursue enforcement action on it, it's not going to be pretty. I hope they do. I'm hoping complaints are filed and that and the other. Everything is recorded on that repeater. He's got a broadcastify. Everything is